Aquarius. I found this when I was uploading the last video and it reminded me of this picture for some reason. So I pulled out my fan for you. Actually, I'm not playing the guitar, so I'm going to get rid of my little weird stool and come down to the ground to your level, Aquarius. Let's have a little powwow on part 2. Maybe you need a little cooling off after that orgasm of yours. That chaos, that madness, that dream popping out. And come back to your center and grounding. Okay? So, what do we have here? Do we have here, Aquarius? I have that song stuck in my head now. Wait. I do need to be comfortable, so maybe I'll pull the pillow I put for Mammox. Hold on. By the way, use bells, Aquarius. Maybe you don't like incense or sage or something. Bells are a good way to use the vibrations and those energetic movements of sound that are actually patterns in the universe that you maybe don't see, and they bust out negative energy. So maybe there's some negative energy in your life, or you have some residue of gunk, and you need to maybe you need to air out things. Where's my fan? I had the fan, so maybe you need to open your windows, air out this weird bad energy, but get some sage perhaps and have that dispel the negative energy. Ding some bells, listen to the bells that ding in you, pay attention to what's around you, do some cleansing of yourself and your situation, and let's see what we have here. Alright, so the power of the great and learning to have the scale be balanced empowers maybe to bring yourself at the level of everybody else. Come down off your throne, as the song says. You know, maybe give your friends a tiara too. Tell them that they look beautiful in it as well. You know, you're not the only one that can look fabulous in a tiara. Power of the great is including. You're the Aquarius. You're like the one that's always the true friend. That's really a beautiful thing about Aquarius. You know, even when weirdness happens, in the end, you're still a good friend. You still have that ability to connect to others, even when you're different. Even when you're unusual, you know? Even when you're the one that will walk down the street and own that fan, you can still be with all these different people and connect to them and see their points of view and somehow express yours to theirs. So, why are you in fear? You're fearing unknown? Maybe, you know, something happened in your life that was a big explosion, a lot of chaos, something you didn't expect. You let go of something. You allowed yourself some freedom. You allowed yourself the position where you were doing something daring, maybe. And well, this is too. It has a guy and a girl in it. And she looks like she's drowning. Her bush is exposed, although he doesn't look like he's wearing anything. And they both look scared what to do. Maybe they both can't swim. Maybe he's not the best swimmer. She's going under. She's losing hope. They're sinking. There could be sharks down here. I mean, that's one of the scariest things I can think of, is being on some water with it really deep under you and not knowing what's under you or what could come up. Not even counting the drowning part and the panic part. So, this is where you were. Maybe this explosion of something in your life created some panic and you felt fear, and that made you make choices that maybe were not based out of a place of true power. Maybe you put restrictions, or you tried to control something else that you really wanted, or something else that it's I want. So yeah, this card means I want in this deck, this Justice. You're looking, you're piercing from behind, and you're observing, and you just are aching to have something so bad. What are you going to do to have it, though? Are you going to manipulate a situation and try to control it to get what you want? Or are you going to allow it to be and just sit back and own who you are and allow what comes in your life to be? Because the power that you actually have, Aquarius, is that you don't need to control the situation. You need to let go. Is the big message I'm getting with you. You need to let go of something so that something can come in. Maybe something happened and you wanted it to be a certain way so bad and you're hanging on, and now you've brought yourself back to the place you're not here anymore. You've learned this balance somewhere. So this is where you were. Or not here. This is where you were. You were in a place of fear. And now you're finding this balance, and you're learning that fear is just protection for you. And there's nothing to fear. You have to face that big power, that great power, and own your own power and who you are and the perspective that you have in the world. Find the balance between what you want and maybe what others want. You can't make others want the same thing as you. But you can live in your own truth and your own uniqueness. And then maybe something else that does want the same thing can come in. You're not controlling the situation because you let go what wasn't working on your scale. And you freed up your scale to be a little more balanced. And now your scale has a little more room on it for, you know, you to be approachable. You to be approached. You to be able to approach something. You know, you were stuck in fear, and you're moving from this because you're understanding that you're finding your own power in not controlling something that has happened to you. Because you're moving from this to this. She still doesn't have her pants on, or him, however you look at this, Aquarius. But now, they're not so scared of the water. They realize it's not that deep at all. There might be some weird big-ass hippos that you probably should be afraid of, by the way, if they're in the water, but you've worked past your fear, as you can see, big time by the 6. You are like superhuman by the 6. And realize that simplicity is key. Intelligence, using your wit is key. Not getting swept in the emotions of this dark, deep ocean of abyss of fear. Scary. You've come up to the surface a little bit. You kept your pants off because you have a nice ass. And you put your fancy, like, you know, I'm going through the safari hat on, and your fancy work scarf you kept on after your orgasm. But you've gone into nature a bit to learn from nature and this big hippo here. And you're like, hi, hippo. I like your head. You have pretty ears. You want to see how pretty my ass is. And you don't even care that the hippo's like, what the fuck, does this bitch not know I'm the scariest thing in the jungle? What the fuck is she doing? So I don't know how intelligent that is, but we're going to take that part out of the situation of me analyzing the card too much. And just say it's simple. She just wants to say hi to the hippo. It's simple. Make it simple. Take away your fear and approach your hippo. Approach that fear. Maybe it wasn't a big fish under there and it's just a hippo and it's going to start talking to you. And it's going to give you directions on where to find your pants. Okay? So, what card was under this? This is the... Oh! I told you... Did I say that in the first one? I'm surprising myself every time. Approach. And then this is the I Ching card in it. This is being... Get rid of your fear so that you can approach the situation you need to have in your life. In simplicity. Don't make it dramatic. Just make it simple. You know, use the lessons and the fear you had to come from to know it scares you and tell it to fuck off. You're strong and you don't have anything to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of. Whatever opportunities and situations are coming to you, are going to bring you justice. I mean, a big old orgasm in your life. Maybe you're going to get another one in your life. You have an adhering fire coming in, so you have something that's going to come along and make your fire tick some more. So maybe you need to approach a situation that you've been scared about. Maybe you've been scary lately in a situation. Maybe you're that scary hippo, and you need to put a bow in your head and act a little more sweet so that sexy girl without the pants comes and says hi to you and you can be friends. Maybe you need to be more approachable in this situation. Maybe you need to be more approachable by coming to the same level as somebody else. Not putting them on a pedestal, not putting yourself on a pedestal, so to speak. And if you do this and you allow this approach, or you get your balls on right and do the approach, you have this adhering fire. So it looks like it's a good approach. This is going to bring you the justice you want in your life. This, allowing this approach, this acceptance and balance between animal and people and water and earth and big and little and whatever, is this scary situation that's just become something funny on a card. You know, the thing that you were scared about, the thing you didn't want to get into, the thing you had to let go of so that you can bring this thing in. You're stepping on your sword. You're stepping on the big-ass sword of what you thought was truth before, because something came along and maybe it's not the same truth that you know now. Maybe your truth can change. You can change. You should be able to change pretty good. You're an Aquarius. So something changed in the truth of this situation. Something was brought to light. Something that was down that you thought was a pretty solid-ass piece of metal sword has just been snapped like nothing. Something came along and snapped that shit. It was a power greater than what you thought was the greatest power of truth. Something bigger than that happened. And this has brought you balance into your life. It's brought you justice. It's brought you the thing that you actually want, not the thing that you thought you wanted. This has brought the thing that attracts that fire in you, Aquarius. That awesome, like, sexy flame that you have, and that mental clarity you have to control it and understand it and see things logically from a higher perspective than anybody else. And maybe you just need to open yourself up to allow this attraction to come to you. Or maybe you're the aggressor. You need to go for that shit. But you're going to find something that's equally balanced, equally fiery, and doing circles and somersaults in the sky. Maybe this is not your orgasm sitting by yourself anymore. All these dreams in your own head of what you thought you wanted. Maybe that person that was knocking is still waiting to come knocking for you. And when you find each other, it's going to be a fire and a flame bigger than anyone in your little orgasm crazy land that you thought you could have. The real thing is going to be better. I'm going to pull you one more card from the Animal Oracle deck. One more card to bring some clarity for Aquarius. The beautiful Aquarius is out there. Sun, moon, rising, and or Venus, Mars, whatever filter you want to see this in. Tiger. You're the tiger. Someone else got this too. I don't remember whom. You're being called upon to provide leadership. So trust that you're capable of doing so. You are a tiger. You are that tigress. You're the one that can go on the hunt. Maybe sometimes the hunt is being the boy tiger and sitting back and having that sexy tigress come to you. Maybe you are the sexy tigress and you're ready to take hold. All right, I'm just going to show you this because it's here and it's sticking up. You also got the unicorn. Indulge your creative, imaginative, and magical side through some form of artistic expression. Be magical, be different, be unique. Be loved. You are loved. I love you. Bye.